positives to begin with. Really, they had, I think, 2 chances in the game. They scored one first half, and then the second goal was a bit of a freak goal where they've countered from a corner, and Luke's come out, got contact on the clearance, and he's hit off their man and went in. And obviously that's 2-0, and you're thinking, how's it a 2-0 game? And then we finish strong again for 75, but it shouldn't take being 2 down again to start competing and playing. It's almost like the pressure's off, the game's gone. Maybe the weight's off the shoulder, the shackles are off a little bit to start playing. And said to the boys, you need to show more composure and bravery, that just to play at 0-0 and compete and control a game at 0-0 and look a threat, because we didn't look a threat at 0-0. And we finished really strong, hit the post, had a couple of good saves from their goalie, but you can't start playing at 2-0 down every week. You're giving yourself a mountain to climb, and really you're kidding yourself. You're kidding, we were unlucky, we finished strong. Yeah, but start strong, be robust, don't concede early, don't concede cheap goals, stop the cross when there's 3 players that can stop the cross, and then react to the second phase, the second ball, where their striker's the only one that reacts and scores the goal. So disappointing, and they're the only positives really. We finished strong, and we limited them to a couple of chances, but looking for consistency in our performance and progression and building on our previous performance, and we didn't get that today. We've got a lack of consistency, and it's typical of us at the minute. Can't string 2 or 3 good games together at the minute. It's so inconsistent, and that's where I've said to the lads, we need to just try and find a level that's, even if you're not great on the ball, you need to find a level where the non-negotiables are good. The discipline side of it, the work rate, the repeated sprints, the getting back into shape, the hard to break down, hard to beat. And we looked a bit all over the shop, to be honest, for an hour or so.
It goes to show as well, if we play the way we do when we go 2-0 down in games for the entirety of a game, we'll be a big force in this league.
Absolutely, but that's where we talk about the mental and mindset of it, of where, well, let's show that composure and confidence at 0-0 from kick-off, and that's where players that go on to make it in the game, that's where their desire and their bravery shines through, and it's no surprise that they go on to have a career. You can't play when you're 2-0 down. For me, that shows a weakness, that shows an acceptance of defeat, and then you can play when the pressure's off. You have to be able to play when the pressure's on.
And you already dealt a hard card before the game kicked off, a few players with niggly injuries as well, and then they're coming up against a very physical Mansfield side.
Yeah, I mean they set up to win games. They play a lot of second years, 1 or 2 under-19s, which they're entitled to. But we know that, so you have to match match their physical outputs to have a chance. And we did, and yes, it doesn't help, but we've got 4 of our key attacking players out. We've got Tom Henson out, our right back, who's a solid second year, good player. But what that does, it gives opportunities to the others, and some take it, some don't, and we've got a decent sized squad this year in 20 players where we can deal with that to a degree. So it'd be nice to get them back, but it is what it is. We haven't got them, and the other players need to step up and deal with it and handle it. And a lot of first years play, but that's gonna put them in good shape and good stead for next year. But it's a 2-year period where you need to, I look at them and I think the maturity level in the performances were different today. They know how they want to set up, they know their strengths, and they're consistent with it. Every time they play us, they're consistent with it. Nothing great, not rocket science to it, but they're consistent in their performance level, and they know what they're good at. We're too inconsistent, and there's an immaturity about our game at the minute that we need to really try and improve, and we will, we will, and we train well and work hard all week, but at the minute we're not taking that performance level of training and what we work on onto a pitch. We don't really know what we're going to get yet when we come out on a Saturday. Some weeks it's really good. Today we finished really good, but like I was saying, you can't start when you're 2 down.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah,